The 8th of June, Rabbi Moore, Parsha with Rashi.
Kadosh, Kadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem said to him, Chayecha, or your life, Shelcha Gedola Mishelahem, uh, yours will be greater than theirs. She'ata madlik, for you will light, umetiv, and prepare, et hanerot, these lamps, the lamps. Okay. And then we have Behaalosha, when you kindle. Oh yeah.
Rashi saying, why does the word Behaalosha, which really means when you make it go up?
When you make it go up, it says Al Shem She Halahav Olah Katuv Behad Lakatan. Because the flame goes up.
Yeah, on account of the fact that the flame goes up.
Right. So
written Behad Lakason in there.
They're lighting up.
Lighting.
Lishon Aliyah, an expression of going up. Shetzarik lahadlik, for one needs or must light. Ad shetehei hashel hevet olah meoleha, until the flame goes up meoleha, from itself, I guess.
Yeah, by itself.
By itself. Okay.
By the way,
yeah.
This halacha applies actually on Hanukkah.
Oh, yeah.
When you light the menorah or the Chanukiah, you've got to hold your hand there with the candle till the actual flame becomes a full flame.
Right. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be a full flame. Okay. Okay, let's see, where do we get to? We got to must kindle. Okay, the flame by itself. Okay. And then the Odor Shu Rabotenu, and the rabbis additionally said, or explained, Mikan, from here, She Ma'alah Haita Lifnei Hamenorah, that Ma'aleh is a step.
Right, there were steps.
Oh, so there was a step in front of the menorah. Okay. She'aleha hakohen omeid, which the kohen would stand on, umetiv, and prepare. Okay. Or literally make better, but prepare the lamps. Huh. Very good. Okay, Elmul Penei HaMenorah, for the face of the menorah. Elmul Ner HaEmtza'i, toward the middle lamp. She'eino Bikanin, that it's not on its kanez, a branch, branches. Okay. Ella, but the goof shel menorah, but it's on the body of the menorah. Okay. So that's where he had to stand, towards the middle of the menorah, I guess.
Right.
Okay, very good. There's one more here. Ya'iru Shivat Hanerot. The 7 candles will give light. Shisha, 6 of them, I guess. Okay. She'al Sheshet Hakanim. They are the 6 branches. Shosha Hamizrachim. So 3 on the right. Well, I guess Mizrach is literally east. Okay. Ponim lemul ha'emtza'i ha'ptulot bahem. And the wicks would turn toward the middle lamp. Oh. B'chein, and similarly, Shosha Hama'araviyim. And 3 of them are going to be on the west. Rashoy HaPiluyot. The heads of their wicks. Lemul HaEmtza'i, toward the middle one. V'lama, why? Kidei shelo yomru, so that they would not say Le'orah hu tzarich. He needs light.
Right.
Is that referring to this?
It's clearly to indicate they didn't need it because of light.
Oh. People didn't need it because of light. Okay.
Yeah, he does. Kosh Baruch Hu doesn't.
Oh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Uh-huh. Okay, very good.
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah.
The beginning of this Rashi, when Aaron saw the inauguration of the princes, he felt badly about it because he was not included. And Hashem says, I swear by your life, you're greater than they are. Doesn't that sound awful petty to you?
No. So let me ask you, if we're talking about, why didn't I get a candy? Right? You're 100% right. We're not talking about, that's not what we mean. Aaron very much wanted to feel connected to Hashem. And he felt that because there's a major question over here. It's not as if HaKadosh Baruch Hu told the Nesiim to offer to offer these offerings. They did it out of their own free will. So what's Aaron complaining about? The door's open. Go ahead. So the answer is to that is, and this is what Aaron felt upset about. Or how do I get best way? Chol shodaitoi. Let me see how I translated it. It means something on the lines of upset and felt down. Let me see if I got a better translation than that. But the idea is that he felt, so the idea is behind it as follows. Aaron felt, if everybody, all these other Nesiim had the inspiration to bring a korban, why didn't I have that inspiration?
Ah.
That's what he felt down about. Not that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had denied him of a privilege. That wasn't the question. He felt, listen, there must be something wrong I'm lacking in my connection to Hashem if I didn't have the inspiration to bring a korban like the others. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu answered him though, and I gave a mashal. Let's say, don't take the mashal too far because it's just a mashal. But let's say a guy he runs a yeshiva. He runs let's say he runs a yeshiva. And he puts all in his spare time way above the wages that he receives for his position. He puts in, if for him it's a labor of love, he puts in a tremendous amount of time and effort in keeping the yeshiva going. Anyway, they have their annual dinner, okay? And some big donor comes along and they give him a huge amount of honor. So this guy comes over to the Rosh Yeshiva and he says, listen, it's unfair. They're giving all this honor to the Rosh Yeshiva, to this donor. What about me? Right? You seem to be ignoring all the efforts I put in. So the Rosh Yeshiva tells him, Yankele, listen, without you, the yeshiva wouldn't exist at all. You keep it going. So this is a similar idea. Let me see, don't take the mashal direct. But what I'm saying is, the idea is that over here, Akash Baruch was telling Aaron, you are so involved with the upkeep and the constant running of the Mishkan, the fact that you didn't have a one-time inspiration to bring a korban, you shouldn't feel upset about it, because that's not an indication that you're lacking in your connection to Hashem. Because you are the whole time, that's what you're doing in essence the whole time. You are doing the avodah in the Mishkan, which is indicating that you are constantly connected to Hashem. You don't need any one-time inspirations. That's what they call, in essence, what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling him. Why is that dafka indicated by the lighting the menorah? I'm not sure. That I don't know, because you can say HaKadosh Baruch Hu could brought him a proof from any of the korbanos. That I don't know. Okay, there's different explanations why dafka. I mean, it's a completely different way of interpretation. Or Chaim has a number of explanations here why dafka the menorah, lighting the menorah, was chosen to be that. Kodesh Baruch Hu mentioned that dafka that as to show the uniqueness of Aaron's avodah. But either way, the idea is, and this is often happens to a person in life, person thinks, well, why didn't I think? You see, somebody else has an inspiration to do something. So, why I didn't have that idea? Sometimes it can be justified that, maybe you should have had the idea. But very often it means each person has his own task in life, and you have your inspirations for the tasks that are incumbent upon you. And other people have inspirations in different areas of Yiddishkeit. So that person shouldn't necessarily feel depressed.
Huh.
Yeah, let me see how I translate it. You could actually translate it as being depressed, but it's not really. I wouldn't necessarily say it's,
my footnote says his mind became weak.
Nah, I don't like that. Excuse my my offhandedness to push it up.
Maybe he just felt bad, no?
Yeah. Well, let me see how I translate. Felt disappointed, I think.
Okay, felt bad,
Let me
disappointed.
see over here. I've opened the wrong one. Oh, yeah, well, this one. I'm scroll. He felt disappointed.
Okay.
That's how I translated it.
Yeah, Hashavua literally does mean weak, though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Felt
Okay.
disappointed that he was not with them. Okay, that's the idea here. Okay. Lou, Pasuk Gimel.
Pasuk Gimel. Vayas Ein Aaron El Mul Pnei Hamenorah He'elah Neroseha Kasher Tziva Hashem Es Moshe. So Aaron did so toward the face of the menorah. He kindled its lamps as Hashem commanded Moshe. So the Rashi says, Vayas Cain Aharon Lehagid Shivcho Shel Aaron. This is to tell the praise of Aaron, Shalo Shina, that he did not deviate.
Right. Means he did exactly. Vayas Cain Aaron. Aaron did exactly as Hashem had asked him to do. Okay. Why is it Dafka mentioned over here? I'm not sure.
I have a footnote here that, but on the first day of kindling the menorah, we would have expected him, meaning Aaron, to delegate the task, for it was the day that his sons Nadav and Avihu died. Wow.
Yeah, this was one of the mitzvahs to give it on the 1st of Nisan.
Uh-huh. So Rashi comment from Gittin. Okay.
It's interesting why the Torah makes such a big issue. I mean, the Chayra, these three psukim, or the two psukim, Pasuk Beis and Pasuk Gimel, are introducing something which you haven't mentioned till now, is that the lights are supposed to be kindled facing the central shaft. That the three on the right side are supposed to be facing towards the middle shaft, and the three on the left are facing the middle shaft. And this way, they're all six side lamps were facing towards the middle. And it says, again, the Torah emphasizes he lit the menorah that the side branches were facing the middle shaft. So I'm not sure what this whole idea is. First of all, the only Torah mentions it over here. But this was essential in the actual making of the menorah. I just thought of something very interesting. I thought of something which the Orach Chaim does follow this, and basically he wants to say that when the menorah was dismantled every day, well, what do you mean? Not the actual menorah itself, because the six branches plus the central shaft were there, but the lamps were taken out every day. And therefore, that's what the Orach Chaim wants to say, that each day Aaron put the lamps together again, it was like a new dedication of the menorah. So he was participating in the daily dedication of the menorah.
Wow.
That's how the Orach Chaim wants to explain it. But I'm just thinking it could be dafka in this aspect that because he removed the lamps every day, and then he put it together again, and he put it together in such a way that they were facing the central shaft, as specifically commanded him over here, that in itself was like a new making of the menorah every day, which heretofore we haven't had such a concept. Okay, let's go on to Pasuk Dalet. Meir.
Okay, Daled. It says, "V'zeh ma'aseh hamenorah miksha zahav ad yirecha ad pircha miksha he kimar'eh asher
Hamareh.
um, kimar
Hamareh.
kamar'eh asher her'a Hashem et Moshe kein asa et hamenorah." Okay, so this is the making, I guess, of the menorah, beaten from gold until its base, okay,
Base, right?
and then until pircha, until the flour,
Right.
make sure beaten it is beaten out, okay, kamareh,
Right. One solid piece.
one solid piece. According to the image that Hashem showed Moshe, so did he make the menorah. Okay, let's see. Rashi. Zema Seha menorah. This is the making of the menorah. Sheher'ahu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So Hashem showed Moshe
The
uh,
extra.
the etzba, oh, with his finger. Wow.
And what does that mean? Where does Rashi get that from? Because whenever you say v'zeh,
Okay.
it's pointing to something. It's something virtual.
All
You can
right.
actually see it.
This. Okay. Lafisha Nitkashaba, Moshe had difficulty with it. Likach ne'emar v'zeh.
From the verbal command of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and as stated in Parshas Truma, how to make the menorah, Moshe had difficulty understanding the way it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to come out, and especially, we'll see more about this in the Hemshech, it was supposed to be made from a certain weight of gold.
Oh.
And everything had to be formed from that block of gold without any wastage, which was a major feat. So Moshe Rabbeinu had difficulty doing so.
Uh-huh. Okay.
V'kach ne'emar,
V'ne'emar v'zeh, and that's why it says in
because
this.
this, you see, he showed him a virtual picture of the menorah.
Okay. Let's see, Mikshad, that was beaten out. Bat dietz, the laws. So it's baditz in Old French. Lashon da ladat nakshan. It's a language that's related to expression.
Dor nakshon. It says in the Garden to Daniel, he was so frightened. I think he was occurring before Nebuchadnezzar, that his knees were knocking each other.
No shaking.
Dor nakshon.
Yeah. Okay. Eshet shell.
Kikar zahav.
Kabar zahav haita. Oh, it's made out of a solid kikar of gold. Wow. Umakish bikurnas. Okay, so it was hammered or pounded out with a hammer. The chotech bivashil.
Right, he beat it with the hammer and cut away with a chisel.
The chisel, the pashat Evareha
You should.
to
Right.
to extend its
Hashed Evorah, it's going to spread out its limbs, literally,
yeah.
branches correctly.
Okay, its branches correctly. Oh, Ketikunan correctly. Vilona aset Evarim. So the menorah was not made of, I guess, different
It's parts. So, yeah.
parts.
Evorim, it's separate, literally limbs, but it means they're separate
Right,
parts. And then everything was welded together.
right. Hayidei Okay. I'd Yurecha.
Should we stop here? Because it's really quite
Oh
late.
yeah, okay. I guess it's
And
late.
we'll carry on tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem.
Okay, so we'll start at this point tomorrow. Very good. Yishkayach.
Straight to you.
Okay,
Be
thank
well,
you
everybody.
so much and have a good week, Rabbi.